You're watching NTC News, DeKalb County's only television news source, on the campus of Northern Illinois University and from the Northern Television Center. This is NTC News Tonight.
Plans to tear down Douglas Hall have been at a standstill for months. Good evening, I'm Phoenix Drew. Thanks for joining us.
And I'm Amber Luckett. Here's more on the story of why the project seems to be held up. There is still no visible action taking place at the former residential hall Douglas. The building continues to stand in the center of campus, gated off with missing windows and broken concrete. The university planned to have the building removed by late summer, early fall, but the university officials say that they are still in the process of finding a contractor.
The next process is then opening up the bids for the deconstruction. And that will happen next week. On the 9th of October, they'll open the bids. They'll go through and award the bid to the contractor to tear the thing down.
During the summer of 2014, the university started the Douglas Hall project by removing the asbestos from the building. Asbestos is a microscopic fiber that causes cancer and can be found in a number of things like steam pipes, siding, and cement.
By removing the asbestos, then, as they deconstruct Douglas Hall, they're able to reuse the concrete, recycle the concrete, and use it for the road that'll be here, or as fill, or however they deem it appropriate use.
The university estimates the entire project will cost close to $4.5 million. This includes the tearing down of Douglas, the removal of the asbestos, and the extension of Lucinda, which is a part of the university's Bold Future initiative.
The idea is to make Lucinda Avenue the main street of NIU's campus. So right now that main street dead ends at Douglas Hall. The hope is that it will connect not only the east campus to the west campus all the way to the Convocation Center, but also provide easier access for students.
University officials say they are on schedule and the goal is to have the project completed by mid-November. In DeKalb, this is Amber Luckett reporting for NTC News. For more information on future projects under the Bold Future initiative, visit NIU's official website.
NTC News has confirmed that NIU athlete has been suspended after arrest on Sunday. 22-year-old Stephen Letts of Dyer, Indiana, was charged with driving while intoxicated and improper lane usage. Letts is a varsity baseball player. Athletic Director Sean Frazier tells us he has been suspended indefinitely. Letts was arrested after 3 a.m. on Sunday morning near Highway 64 and Annie Glidden Road. He posted $300 bond. NTC tried to contact Letts. He did not respond.
Aggravated battery warrants have been issued against 2 teenagers after a large fight last month at the Sigma Alpha Epsilon fraternity house here at NIU. Both men charged with felonies live off campus, one in Linwood and the other in Country Club Hills. Police say video recorded with cell phone during the fight helped them identify who was involved. The fight started when a group of people were not allowed to enter the party. 7 others were cited with city ordinance violations.
Getting around campus has gotten a lot easier thanks to NIU's mass transit. A new shuttle car that's called the Husky Pup takes students from the Recreation Center to MLK Commons. The new system costs about $18,000 for each shuttle, which will affect students' tuition. This initiative is a part of President Baker's 10-minute campus plan that allows travelers to get around NIU within the same time.
With the fall season comes many leaves on our streets. Sycamore is starting their leaf pickup program over the next couple of weeks. Later this month and through November, crews will be routing between the sections of the city. Crews will not pick up leaves if a car is blocking them. Workers will be picking up the leaves on the scheduled collection dates.
Halloween is coming, and that means pumpkins and haunted mazes. Jonah Mack Orchard in Malta is now selling a variety of pumpkins. Visitors can pick up their own pumpkins from the orchard's 12-acre pumpkin patch. This year's harvest was good, but not as successful as it's been in the previous years. The heavy rain in August caused a loss of 10 to 15% of the pumpkins this season. The farm has also added a new vortex tunnel at the end of its haunted corn maze.
This is Fire Prevention Week, and the fire department wants to remind you that working smoke detectors can save your life. Residents are reminded during the week to have working functional smoke alarms, and they be tested monthly. Anyone in need of a working smoke detector can contact the DeKalb Fire Department and receive a free one to be installed.
Members of a DeKalb Historical Society are struggling to save a DeKalb landmark.
NTC reporter Keisha Howerth has more on the proposed plan and current conditions to hopefully save it.
The Annie Glidden Argarian
Stacks of chairs fill the space that once stored cars and horses. Various boxes take up the room where Annie Glidden had hosted dinner parties. The century-old farmhouse and carriage house has been vacant for more than a decade. The Annie Glidden Agrarian Society was formed in an effort to save the Odekirk house from further damage. The Society's top priority is getting the roof restored before the winter season.
If we see another winter as severe or worse than we had this past winter, we're very concerned about the possibility of water leaking into the home, and that would really spell the death knell for the place.
To keep the place alive, the Society has proposed that the property be used as a welcome center for international students. However, the NIU Foundation says that money should be spent on issues that affect student retention.
We're not going to be diverting money to restoring an old building when we have so many pressing needs on campus, including helping students stay in school.
The future of the Odekirk house remains uncertain, but the foundation is looking into other options to preserve its history. For NTC News in DeKalb, I'm Keisha Howerth.
The Annie Glidden Argarian Society did meet with the NIU Foundation about funding the repairs, but they still refuse to pay anything.
The other co-founder of the society, Barry Schrader, says that NIU should at least accept donations on behalf of the Annie House, if nothing else.
Hopefully everything turns around for this situation.
And speaking of this turning around, here's Brittany Merleau on a spectacle that has happened this morning.
Did you see it? A total lunar eclipse turned the moon a burnt reddish orange color for about an hour this morning. If you aren't familiar with what a lunar eclipse is, well, what happens is when the moon passes through the Earth's shadow. Because of this special light show, it's called a blood moon. This one appeared more than 5% larger than the previous blood moon back in April. If you missed it last night, you get 2 more chances to see it. So April 4th this year, and the next one will appear on September 28th of this year as well, so definitely check it out if you can. But let's take a look at our temperatures for today, for tomorrow. We're going to see temperatures in the upper 50s to lower 60s with scattered storms all across the area. For more on this rain that we're expecting, stay with us. You're watching NTC News Tonight. Welcome back, everybody. How did you enjoy your wonderful fall day? 64 degrees, the sun was out. It was absolutely beautiful. And tonight we're going to see a low of 45 degrees. Also tonight, we are going to have a full moon. So if you want to do that October thing, watch some scary movie with the full moon out, why not do it tonight? All right, so for our local weather cam, we have beautiful skies over DeKalb today. We had visibility of up to 10 miles, and actually the wind picked up to 20 miles per hour, which gave us a wind chill of about 44 degrees today. Now, let's look at what's going on for tonight. We have storms pushing over to our area at about 2 in the morning. We're going to start to see scattered showers in the area. By tomorrow morning, we'll definitely have it all over northern Illinois into the later early afternoons, and by 4 p.m. it'll start to push to the south of us. It'll stay pretty much south from then on out. Thursday and Friday, we'll see the cool air up in our area. The heaviest rain will stay south, Missouri, and southern Illinois, and this hot, warm, moist air will continue to stay down there. Wish we had that still, but we don't. We're going to be stuck in the cold sector this time. So tonight, mostly cloudy as those clouds start to roll in. The storms will start to pop up. The rain will begin around 2 a.m. We'll see a low of 45 degrees tonight, and the winds will start to slow down actually. And tomorrow, mostly cloudy as the rain actually tapers off. It'll end by 1 p.m. We're going to see a high of 59 degrees tomorrow. And tomorrow night, still cloudy, partly cloudy, calm and cool. We'll see a low of 38 degrees, so it is going to be a little chilly, a little rainy. As we move on to my 7-day forecast, Thursday, the rain is going to taper off by night, partly cloudy. Temperatures are going to dip. Friday night, we have a frost advisory. So bring those plants in definitely before anything happens to them also. And then as we go into Sunday, 55 degrees. And as we move into Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, we do have a chance for rain, up to 60% chance. But the temperatures are going to start to climb back up, and we'll see temperatures how we were today by this time next week. Now that's it for weather. Let's send it back to the desk.
The FBI says an Illinois teen wanted to join the Islamic State. Now he's in federal custody.
And more Illinois ash trees are under attack. These are today's state lines.
A detention hearing is set for tomorrow for the Bolingbrook teenager accused of planning to join the Islamic State terror group. FBI agents arrested 19-year-old Mohammed Hamza Khan on Saturday evening at O'Hare International Airport. They say he was trying to travel to Syria to support terrorism.
A Chicago anti-corruption advocate is calling for a court-appointed monitor to ensure compliance with political hiring bans. Last month, aides to Governor Pat Quinn announced the Transportation Department was laying off 58 people after an investigator's finding that more than 250 people were improperly hired for political reasons.
The beetle that's killed hundreds of millions of ash trees has spread to 14 more Illinois counties. The state agriculture department says 49 counties are now in the quarantine zone, established to help prevent the spread of the emerald ash borer. The quarantine forbids the removal of ash trees, including firewood.
Illinois public health officials want to adopt regulations on the processing of sale of unpasteurized milk products from cows, goats, and other animals. As many as 400,000 Illinoisans drink raw milk. The state health department is inviting public comments before issuing a decision.
Go. Expert says ISIS will overrun a key Syrian city.
While here in the U.S., the first Ebola patient has died. Here's what's happening in today's World Watch. America's first Ebola patient, Thomas Eric Duncan, has died at a Dallas hospital. Duncan had been in Texas visiting his family for about 4 days before he started having symptoms. Doctors initially treated him and sent him home. Days later, he was readmitted to Dallas Presbyterian Hospital and never recovered.
U.S. officials now concede that the Syrian border town of Kobani will fall to the Sunni militants eventually. That's despite the backing of the coalition airstrikes on ISIS targets inside the city. If the beside town is captured by militants, insurgents will control a 100-kilometer stretch of land from Raqqa to the Turkish border.
In California, a pilot has died fighting a growing fire in Yosemite National Park. California fire officials say they were tackling the Dog Rock fire when their air tank crashed near the park. So far, this fire has scorched more than 100 acres and forced an evacuation of the park Tuesday afternoon.
2 Americans and a German have won the Nobel Prize in Chemistry this year for their work on optical microscopes. That work has opened up our understanding of the molecules by allowing us to see their functions. Back in 1873, science believed it had reached a limit in how much more of a detailed picture of a microscope could provide. This year's winners provided that the contention was wrong. And that's today's World Watch.
Hey everyone, I'm Ericka Burgess. The NIU football team pulled out a close one against Kent State this past weekend, and they'll take the field at Husky Stadium again this Saturday. But have you ever looked around Husky Stadium and wondered how everything is perfectly ready to go hours before the game? Well, believe it or not, all that heavy equipment, it doesn't just appear magically on the field. I had a chance to talk with some of the people who make it all happen. Let's take a look.
Our goal is, as far as for the football team as equipment managers, to make sure everything runs smoothly. Every game, every practice, every workout, to make sure we don't forget anything, and just make sure that we're on point and we do what we need to do to take care of, to make sure the team is successful.
We have to come in every day. We come in early for practice. We set everything up. We do what most people don't want to do. It's made my college experience so much better. We get to be on the football field every day. My job, I tell everybody, it's not really a job. I come out and I throw footballs every day. I get to go to the games, get to be on the sidelines. There's nothing more fun than that.
And these guys really work their butts off when it comes to loading the truck, making sure all their trunks are packed. We have everything, helmets, jerseys, socks, pants, gloves, towels, all the coaches' gear.
You feel the energy, and you're there when the players react to plays, and it's really cool.
The work ethic here is tremendous, and I inherited something. I inherited a good work ethic, and then I was able to come in. I spend a lot of time recruiting, sending out tweets, and doing things on Facebook, and talking to friends to get good kids in here.
Being a girl should not stop you from wanting to do this. You can do anything. So if you want to do this as a female, come out and do it. This is what I want to do as a career. I want to be Mike Valentine someday. So hopefully this will help me get the experience that I need to get there, as well as for anyone who would want to do anything else. It teaches you time management, discipline, hard work.
As far as what I hope the student managers take away from it is a lot of leadership and working well in groups, working on projects, working on timelines. There's many things in here that can translate over into the real world, whatever job or career they end up pursuing. I just want them to take away as much leadership, have good experiences, meet lots of people, and be part of a winning athletic program.
And the Huskies are looking for their 29th win in a row at Husky Stadium this weekend against Central Michigan. The homecoming game kicks off at 4 o'clock. Coach Carey said in a press conference that Drew Hare will remain the starting quarterback for Saturday. Coach also said receiver Chad Beebe is back and ready to go this week after suffering from a concussion. And a little soccer action this week. The men's soccer team plays at home tonight at 7 o'clock against Northwestern. And the women's soccer team plays at home on Friday at 7 o'clock against Buffalo. That's all for today. Everyone have a safe and fun homecoming weekend. Let's send it back to the desk.
Thanks for calling the GED Pep Talk Center. Jerry Stiller speaking. Your level 7 in your face pep talk.
I can keep pushing. Believe me, I'm good at it.
Once you've got your GED diploma, you'll feel so good about yourself.
You tell him.
Mr. Trejo, can I transfer this guy to you? He needs something a little more
persuasive.
Yes.
Whatever motivation you need, we've got a pep talk for you. Get your GED pep talk and find free classes at yourged.org.
One of DeKalb's oldest treasures is heading toward a new era.
NTC reporter Mitchell Brickman tells us more about all of the new things that will be added to the DeKalb's Public Library.
With a large collection of art, literature, and media, the DeKalb Public Library has always been a valuable resource for the citizens of DeKalb.
I think libraries are important for children to come and visit and be involved in and learn a love of books. I think that helps their reading ability. I'm so happy we have a library.
Now, thanks to a state grant, the library is being expanded to better fit the needs of the community. The expansion will add 46,000 square feet to the building. Along with the expansion, the library will be made more handicap accessible, will be able to expand their media collection, and be more oriented toward the needs of the public. Though library goers are excited about the new additions to the building, the library staff are also thrilled with how the new features will help efficiency.
The process of checking out books will hopefully be streamlined. We're looking at getting RFID, radio frequency ID, with an electronic sorter, so you'll just be able to set your books down. They'll all check out all at once, and then you'll be able to go on your way.
Despite the fact that the project will update many of the library's features, one of the main objectives is to revamp some of the original goals that the library was started out trying to accomplish.
We will now have room in the new building, with the addition of the new building, to have this room become the great reading room it was meant to be, and to have places for a cultural, the cultural world for DeKalb.
With the expansion moving on as scheduled, the citizens of DeKalb can hardly wait to see the new features that this old treasure will have to offer. For NTC, this is Mitchell Brinkman.
The expansion project is scheduled to be completed by June of 2006.
Wow, seeing that makes me have a sudden urge to do some heavy reading.
Yes, absolutely. You know the library will probably become the new hangout spot.
NTC News Tonight is produced and directed by students here at Northern Illinois University. We want to thank you all for being with us today.
Enjoy the rest of your evening. We'll be back at this time tomorrow. This is Amber Luckett with NTC News. Have a good night.